I met a Gypsy.
Train with wattage and don't know how to interpret the data. You know how many people buy the watch and don't know how to interpret the watch? We're an analytics company. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But here's where I'm going with. Don't fucking argue with me about how we're interpreting the data, because I didn't wear your watch. It's your information. You stepped on the scale and sent it to me. You've got to follow.
Yeah, don't be mad about the data.
Well, but yet you've got somebody that wants enough structure to feel confident. We're back to that confidence word that you can't feel it or touch it.
Yeah.
But yet when he doesn't feel confident, it manifests itself on the track. So now once again, I have failed him as a physiologist because I'm not mandating that he gets me the data. That's why we part ways with athletes.
Yeah, but the hardest thing is that I've seen in careers is hey, we're all result driven.
Absolutely.
You know, we want to win.
Yep.
But you can't be when you're talking about what you're talking about.
Yep.
Because I can't come and join with you and start analysing all this stuff and then go to round one and get my butt kicked, you know, and be like, this is no good.
Doesn't work, you
know, because that's how the mentality works.
Yeah,
you know, these
that's
guys
what people do.
Or some ex-rider, like you just explained, decides to pick up some kid that has won everything.
Yep.
And then he goes and wins, and he's like, oh man, Todd Ball's the best trainer ever, you know? And I'm just telling him, oh man, just train at 130 heart rate, because that's what mine was when I did VO2 max tests and stuff.
But that's what goes back to what we said earlier. That's why I totally respect the guys that, you know, trainers have, and I hate to use that word, I don't consider myself a trainer. I'm a human performance specialist. And that's not to have a bigger name, but anybody can go get a weekend workshop certificate. Now they're a trainer. It makes my skin crawl. The problem that I have with it is, at the end of the day, when you look at all of this, the problem that you run into is it's the flavor of the month.
Like you said, you've done it, like you've tried so much shit.
Oh, like we spoke about, like Rob's talking about, like you start to analyze things, and I did,
then you
like it actually come from Jill's dad. He's right into cycling. He lost a lot of weight, and he loves numbers. You know, he's really good at that stuff, and he's got a book written down of the weights of everything. So he weighs all his food like he did, but now he knows.
Sure.
But at first, that's what he did.
Yeah.
And he lost a lot of weight. It was really good for him. So that kind of come from me. So then I phoned up my trainer, Jarrah. So Jarrah used to train with me up here, and he built a supplement company around myself because I had trouble with hydration supplements. With too much magnesium, it was giving me cramps and stuff. So Jarrah's a sports physiologist, did 8 years at uni, and so
very cool.
Like I've kind of had experience with people, and I've had experience from outside influences as well throughout my career. You know, like we speak about, results aren't there. You know, you need to change your trainer, you know. But I've been working with Jarrah since 2009. I've won a lot of races with him. Yeah, but it's obviously not working. Like, he's doing the same thing, blah, blah. Is it because I lost my deal in Europe and I had to come back home and I'm depressed and I'm driving a track trying to convince myself that this is better than being a cabinet maker? Is that not the reason? You know, is it my trainer? Like, because on the weekend I got third. Like, how about saying
the trainer's the easiest thing to clip?
Yeah,
though, because there's just another one.
Yeah,
it's so
but
easy.
That's what I was saying earlier, though.
In.
It's kind of like the mechanic. The bike can't brake, but the rider can drop it 10 times. That's what we run into. Is we've done well. We have 253 amateur national titles as a company. We have 4 AMA #1 plates. If that matters to you, that's great.
Yeah.
What I care more about is and I'm not trying to name drop here, but you know, we have Seth Hammaker with Factory Kawasaki back in the States. He's got a 2-year deal with Mitch after this year's over. Well, he just had both of his shoulders reconstructed. Just the nature of some injuries that happened this year. If the slightest thing goes sideways, we're always the first one that gets
it's always been the way.
Always our fault.
Yeah.
So what I do to insulate myself is I have a tremendous analytics profile that we do on all the athletes, not to justify that I'm right, but to show how the athletes improved, because it goes back to, I have a responsibility. If you're Mitch Payton and you've got X amount of dollars invested in a rider, he just simply wants to know that he's going to be able to ride that bike to its potential.
Yeah.
Whether it's strength to weight ratios, whether it's, you know, using ergometers and measuring range of motion, whatever Mitch wants to see, I've got a report for him. If we go down with the race, and at the end of the race, let's change it from Seth and let's put it on Todd. A team owner comes back and says Todd's not in good shape. Well, the problem that I have with that is Todd can during the week go out and run at a 185, have no more than a 1 second deviation. Are we blaming the suspension specialist? No. Are we blaming the chassis specialist? No. But you can't tell me he's not prepared. It's not about Rob. It's not about Moto E. Here's the data. We can go out, we could do 4 40-minute motos. He has a 1 second deviation. We know the track's deteriorating. Here's his average and his max heart rate. Now let's compare it to the racetrack. The bike is such a stink bug. He never pushed his intensity. He doesn't push his intensity because he's arguing with the bike. See, that's the thing when it comes to human
there's
telemetry.
So many variables in, like, that's kind of the one thing with our sport is like
that's the beautiful thing about motocross.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.